I did the GoFundMe. There's $700 in there. Few of my friends cash at me, and I made that clear. I got like another 400. But no, it's like you say y'all love him. Where's the love? Y'all not helping. Like I get the calls or inboxes saying y'all raising money. You trying to no, we're raising money because I have to pay for this all out of pocket. I'm asking for help, but if I don't get it, it's fine because I'm not leaving my husband in there like that. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a service. I'm gonna do everything I know he would have done for me. It's just hurtful, you know? Like I would not be asking if we had it or we had a policy. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not the one, you know, it's people that's saying that they're gonna give money. We haven't received it. If I just look at it right now, it's all out of pocket. Just to bury him in the funeral services alone will be close to 15. I asked for 20. I mean, I would give the kids, split it among the kids, it's four. But if it's nothing left, it's fine. Um, I want to put him in Rose Hills, but if we don't have the money to do that, we will have the service and I will cremate him. If you guys want to give what they want to give, I would appreciate it. If they don't, that's them. But just please stop the fake love. Please stop the fake calls. Please stop the fake texts. Please. That just for our family. And when I say our family, I mean me, the kids, and the grandkids. Just stop it. Just stop. I'm gonna stay busy and I'm going to work. I'm gonna work in a couple days. So I'm not gonna worry about this. I apologize. I'm not gonna worry about this. Whatever happens, happens. It's God's will. But I'm gonna go to work in a couple days. If I had the strength, I would go right now. I don't have the strength. It took everything in me to get on here and do this. I'm, I'm gonna be all right. We're gonna be okay.
All I can say is to quote Deuteronomy 28, verse 19, curse shalt thou be when thou comest in, curse shalt thou be when thou goest out. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who will, and as always, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And that just shows you that the curse is still on Jake, whether you famous or not. You know, you have the situation with DMX when he passed months ago, where, you know, his family were in shambles because they was worried about, you know, who was going to have what when it came to his estate. You know, it was a lot of infighting, and dude didn't really have, you know, much to leave behind for his family. You know, Jake do all that touring. You know, they spend a certain amount of years, a great number of years in that industry. You know, only to come out of it dry. You know, you really didn't receive the fruits of your labors, and that's the cost of, you know, selling your soul to this devil, man. He will use you and he will dry you out. So same occurrence with Anthony Johnson. This man, you know, starting, you know, a lot of you know, popular, you know, classic, you know, comic films, you know, Friday, Players Club, I Got the Hookup, you know, several music videos. He did a lot of touring, he did a lot of stand-ups. So, you know, with all those years on the road and filming and doing what he do, he doesn't even have life insurance that would actually help cover his funeral cost. And now his widow wife is actually, you know, crying out for help because she got to pay for that out of her own pocket. But her husband was famous. Yeah, he was, you know, out of the loop for a while. You know, I guess because of his lifestyle, you know, Jake not living according to the lifestyle they should be living. You know, like we have a dietary law for a reason, you know, and the Most High, ended up taking this dude out because, of course, his lifestyle wasn't right. It told you that in the Apocrypha, death is better than continual sickness. Let me see if I can find that. So even when you get famous and you make a little money, but you don't care about the lifestyle that you live in because you can afford to do what you want to do, that can still always backfire. And that's why Jake don't really live that long. A lot of these celebrities that have died the last couple years, all these famous Jakes that have passed on, notice that a lot of them ain't make it to even 60. Majority of them don't even make it to 60 years old. It's always in their 50s and be back, you know. It's Sirach 30 and I'll read verse 15. It says, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. There is no riches above a sound body. And you have a lot of these entertainers, but despite all the money that they have or have made, they're not in the best shape. They usually get sickly. And then some of them, if they have wives, their wife be sitting around ready, for his death date. Because she's getting ready to inherit everything that he, you know, gained, so to speak. It says, and no joy above the joy of the heart. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. So it's better that dude, passed on anyway. Because dude wasn't in the best shape. He didn't look good. The last video I saw him on that I remember seeing him on was on Vlad. You know, I thought was dude drunk? Was he high? But I came to find out, dude had a stroke in the past. He might have had more than one, so he was all messed up. And that's not that's affliction in the flesh. There's people that live after strokes is not good. My grandfather, he had several strokes and he was never the same, man. He was never the same. Couldn't remember certain things. Couldn't speak the way he used to speak. It was all bad. So it was really a relief when he transitioned. All right, but anyway, getting back to this situation, it's unfortunate that his family even got to go through that, despite the fact that this man was a star. He made certain companies money, film companies, and now he's gone, and his family don't even have nothing to show for it. They gotta pay for the funeral costs, and his industry, so-called industry associates and so-called friends, calling with the fake love. Well, that's a given. 'Cause they probably was. I'm pretty sure they was not concerned with him. When he was doing bad. They was cool when he was doing well, and that's in the scriptures too. Get Sirach 6th chapter. It is Sirach 6, and I'll start at 7. The point is at verse 8. It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. For some man is a friend for his own occasion. You know, you're gonna always, especially if you're famous, you're gonna have people around you that are really not genuine. They're not real. They just only around you because you know you you just happen to be famous and you're doing good for the moment. You know, some people will be your friends only when it's convenient for them, but fall into a lower state, start catching hell and see what happens. It says it and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. You fall into financial woes. You're not doing as well as you once was. You're not starring in films. You know that's popular, selling out, or let's say you're in a record business, you are a rap singer, entertainer, whatever. You ain't selling albums like you used to. Well, people ain't gonna be around you, man, because you ain't hot no more. That's just how it is. Even if you work with some people, all right. So anyway, um, hey, this just shows that this is the curse that's on Jake, because Jake, you know, Jake keep this place flourishing, man. Jake is a court gesture. He's used to basically um, make people laugh, entertain people, keep them amused. But then after that, there's really no use for you after that. You know, and despite all that you do for that satanic industry, you get left high and dry. Now let me real quick, because even King Solomon said, that's vanity. It's all vanity and vexation of spirit. To do all that, you put in all that work and you don't really receive nothing after that. So like, let's go to Ecclesiastes 5. Ecclesiastes 5. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 5 and 13. It says, there is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt. But those riches perish by evil travail, and he begetteth a son, and there is nothing in his hand. There's nothing, left for you to pass down. All right. Especially if you're an Israelite, because you're under that curse. Curse shall you be coming in, and curse shall you be going out. All right, verse 15, it says, as he came forth of his mother's womb, naked shall he return to go as he came, and shall take nothing of his labor which he may carry away in his hand. Can't take nothing with you. And also this is a sore evil, that in all points as he came, so shall he go, and what profit have he that have labored for the wind? See, is nothing, you know. That's why on this side we don't labor to be rich. We're not seeking to be rich on this side. So no, we don't want in on in the music business. We're not finna set up no record label. What we want dudes to sell 1 million records. All right, because it's gonna come right into the hands of the enemy first. He's gonna get a bigger percentage of that. You ain't gonna be able to enjoy that, and plus you still got to be subject to payments, taxes, certain maintenances. In the kingdom, we're gonna have everything in abundance, man, for all of eternity. We ain't got to worry about stuff like that. You're gonna be well off. Your children gonna be well off. Their children and their children gonna be well off, because the Lord's gonna take away those curses, man. On this side, you under the curse. It don't matter how famous you are. Okay. So anyway, that's the point on that. And as far as Esau, you can make him all the money in the world. He can use you for his own purposes, his own agenda. And once you made him enough money, and he gave you, the crumbs that fell from the table, once he have no use for you, he's done with you. He don't care if you get left out there and you fall to poverty, or you don't have what's sufficient enough to take care of your family, even after all the things that you've done. You spent a number of years, on his label, you know. Let me get that in Sirach 13. Yeah, Sirach 13 in verse 4 it says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. And hey, that industry is shady, man. That's how they'll do you. Okay? There will be a reason why you ain't seen a particular actor or comedian or singer or rapper in a long time. Because basically this devil have no more use for you. All right? Especially if, you don't if Jake regain their conscience and want out of that industry, or you come and see him about you know your money situation, and you tired of the rape, then he'll figure out a way to counsel you and leave you with nothing. So that's why it's never worth it, man, on this side dealing with this devil. It says, if thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. All those expenses. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, to describe the contracts and, what you'll be making and this and that and the third, you know. You ain't supposed to listen, man. They're the devil, man. It says, and say, what one is thou? What you want? And he will shame thee by his meats, those dainties, until he have drawn thee dry thrice or twice or thrice. And at the last he will laugh thee to scorn afterward. When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. All right, so you see this happen a lot, time in and time out within that industry. You know, that's why it's never worth it. And to quote Yahweh Shai, that's why it says, go to Matthew 16 and 26, and it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? You know, you became famous, you became a star, you got fans, people come to see you on stage or on the big screen. You're making a little money now, but then you lose your soul. You made a covenant with death. It says, or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You give all that up for your soul and only to end up, in a situation like this where now your woman, your wife, she gotta pay for the funeral, and she gotta ask, you know, he should if he should be already taken care of. That should already be, you know, situated to be able to send him off right. But guess what? He under the curse. The only way to get by in this society and to get, famous and live after the manner of the enemy, you gotta sell your soul, man. And then even with that, if he have no need of you, he'll forsake you and leave you dry. All right. And even some of his, black, co-stars and men that actually put him in films, like Q put him in Friday. But Q wasn't looking out for dude, I think he even said certain things about Q. You know, so these dudes they're just as shady as their father, the devil, man. But anyway, I just want to do a quick response to this to just show that the curses is definitely, you know even on our people, even when you're famous. I thought it would be edifying to do a video on it. But yeah, man, it is what it is. But hey, do good, and Jake, is going to have to come back, on the next go around, as a newborn baby. Better to go out now than for what's getting ready to go down. How a lot of people's getting ready to go out now. We already know shit is about to get crazy. All these seditions, all these uproars, food shortages, all these mandates, draconian measures. So Jake, pretty much escaped. But anyway, I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. Until the next lesson, Shalom.